This episode of WDW Today is being sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. And on your next trip to Walt Disney World that you're going to be planning up, why not have someone else take care of all that little planning stuff for you? Why not book the resort, let you know about any special deals that are going on? Do all the stuff that you've done before, and that way you can focus on the little things while they take care of all this other little stuff. I say little things, I meant big things, because big things are important. The little things are what the travel agents at MEI and Mouse Fan Travel can do for you. Check them out online at www.mousefantravel.com.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Wednesday, December 9th, 2009, and this is episode 654 of WDW Today. I'm Matt Hochberg of StudioCentral.com. Joining me on today's show is Mike Scopa, a senior feature writer and blogger for alleears.net. Welcome, Mike.
Real stress or imagined stress, it doesn't matter. Beams to your body.
Cranium Command.
Cranium Command.
Also joining us on today's show is Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Mike, it is already December, so I'm sure on Mouse World Radio we can expect to hear some holiday music by now.
Sure. We have a whole stream dedicated to holiday music that's currently playing through the holidays, so gotta love it.
Nice. Also joining us on today's show is the fabulous Annette Owens, a manager of customer relations and group services for MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. Welcome to the show, Annette.
Hey, can't wait for December 10th, tomorrow. We're going to be in the parks.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Reunion.
I know what you're talking about.
Dole Whip. She's got to explain it.
Yeah, she's got it, because we're going to be there. It's Wednesday, and even though we are in Walt Disney World...
No, we're not.
We're on a cruise.
Oh,
yeah, that's
right.
right.
Sorry, tomorrow we're at Disney
We
World.
are on the cruise, ladies and gentlemen.
Still.
We are at sea.
Yes. I forget.
I love how they did that on cue just for us.
I love when they do that. I have the little button in my stateroom. I just push the button, and there it goes.
Well, we are in a suite. We should get some, preference.
Darn tootin'.
Wait a minute. We're in the suite. Matt is not.
No, he
That's
is.
How's he got the button?
Well, I'm in steerage. I'm by the guys who are shoveling the coal into the furnace. They keep the button down there.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we're answering your listener questions. We'll start out with an email from Chris Caruso of Long Island, New York, who writes, "Good evening, Matt. Linger longer. Love you. Love the show." In response to why Pirates and Walt...
He did not say linger longer.
In response to why Pirates in Walt Disney World is inferior to its Disneyland counterpart, it's been widely documented in Walt Disney World history books. It has nothing to do with space confinements. As Mangello surely could tell you, below is a direct quote from the wiki page. The ride was never intended to be part of the Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World Resort because of concerns that it would not be exotic enough due to Florida's geographic proximity to the Caribbean and New Orleans, the settings of the Disneyland attraction. Instead, Imagineers developed plans for a similar attraction called the Western River Expedition, which would have featured cowboys and Indians, as well as banditos, coyotes, miners, and a climatic drop bigger than pirates. After many Walt Disney World guests complained about the lack of Disney celebrated pirate attraction, an abbreviated version opened in Florida on December 15th, 1973. So that's why we were talking about a couple shows ago about why, last month, about the Pirates of the Caribbean being different in Disney World and Disneyland. So there's the reasoning for you. Thank you, Chris, for that. Next email is from Tony Caggiano. And, guys, we're obviously on Reunion right now, but can't help but look forward to our next meet, which is Tent Event. And Tony writes, hey, Matt, Mike, Annette, and the lovely and talented Len. First to Matt and Mr. Newell. Sorry we did not get a chance to enjoy a recession special this past Thanksgiving weekend. Looking forward to getting together sometime up here in New York City. Dirty Water Dog's my treat. Oh, Tony, you shouldn't have. Anyway, I do actually have a question to ask. We will unfortunately not be able to attend the reunion at Disney World, but now that my new BFF Becky Menken have agreed to put us up in a tent, we're looking forward to attending the tent event. My question here is actually twofold. Firstly, in 38 years of visiting Walt Disney World, I have never actually stayed at Fort Wilderness and know little of how they work things there. If we book a cabin, is it still possible to rent a golf cart for tooling around the grounds? Yes. And if so, are there any restrictions if we want to take the young children on the cart with us? No. They're quite expensive, just so you know. But no, there's no problem at all.
Just know that the cabins are on a different loop than where the tents are.
So more than likely you'll have to take a bus to get over to our tent area. Not a problem.
Not if you have a cart.
Well, that's true. Yeah, there you go. You take the cart. Take the Tony Mobile.
We had friends staying in a cabin while we were camping, and that loop was right next to where we were, so it's possible
It's possible. Yeah, I mean,
that
it's
it's
not
in,
like
in walking distance. But.
yeah.
Right.
But anyway, it's probably, just so you know, it's not going to be like the cabins loops are different than the tent loops. They don't mix them up. My second question is about the actual tent event. If we can make it down and stop for the event, will Mike Scopa call the child catcher to take away our children? All the best. Love the show. See you all.
He didn't hesitate at all.
No, didn't even think.
Tony, you know better than to ask that.
I'll protect the children.
Next email is from Stuart, the Disney Geek Dad Sternberg, who writes, "Hi, Matt, Mike, Len, and the fabulous one, Annette Owens. I'm a big fan of the show, and it was nice hearing an old email of mine read in episode 570, even though it was a little outdated. So I thought I'd send in a question that can be read anytime without sounding dated. If you could refurbish one attraction in each park, which would you pick, and what changes would you make?" All right, Scopa, this is a Mike Scopa question if I've ever heard one.
What does he want? He wants one attraction in each park that we would change?
Yes, and what changes would you make?
Oh, okay. Boy, this is... thanks for putting me up first.
I'm going to go, that.
I would take... let's see. I would take Mickey's PhilharMagic and I would update it.
Really?
Magic Kingdom, yeah. I would take in Epcot. I would take Soarin', and I would be soaring over America, not just California. In the studios, I would take the Great Movie Ride and update that. There are a lot of old movies there that some of the children and young teens don't understand, so I would change that. And in the Animal Kingdom, I would take all of what's that place we hate?
Dinoland,
and I would turn that into some kind of a dark ride, a dark ride through time, better than Dinosaur.
Regarding your Great Movie Ride one, I'm so happy to hear that you're defending the age group that you despise the most. Good to know.
Yeah.
I'll add that at the studios. I would take out the backlot tour and put something more relevant in there. Yeah, anything, almost anything I would take in there. For Epcot, I would probably take the France film. It needs some updating. Needs some love. At Magic Kingdom, I would select. Oh man, Magic Kingdom was a tough one. I'm going to say. I don't know. I'll come back to that one in a second. Animal Kingdom, I agree with Scopa's plan. Just demolish Dinoland and rebuild it into something that makes a lot more sense. Newell, any thoughts?
You know, I kind of like the idea of Dinoland. I just think they could have went with a more, even like a sort of museum type deal than, a traveling carnival.
Yeah,
I didn't know that dinosaurs traveled to carnivals myself, but.
It's just, I agree. I mean, we can go on a whole rant over here, and we have done that before.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. The theme doesn't do anything for me, and it doesn't, yes.
I agree with a lot of what you guys said. I think the one thing at the Magic Kingdom I wish they would change, and it's not a ride that I go on all that often, but I love the changes they made at Disneyland in it's a small world, where they've got the characters in the different countries with, so every time you go into a different room, you're looking for Mulan. You're looking for the different characters in the doll scene. So I thought that was very neat.
You know what I'll say? I'll take the it's time to demolish the treehouse, Swiss Family Treehouse, and put something else in there. I mean, going back to what Scopa said about, well, I don't agree with him necessarily about the Great Movie needing updating, but I mean, I just don't think that film, talk about irrelevant films. I mean, how many kids have seen Swiss Family Robinson? I don't think you can rent it anymore.
How many kids know about it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, forget seeing it. They don't even know what it is.
Yeah. Next email's from Marty Doherty of Chicago, Illinois. He writes, "All love the show. Lots of great stuff here and occasionally entertaining." Kidding. Absolutely love you guys. Can you let me know what to expect with the weather in early August? Heading down to the Polynesian for a stay and my second solo trip. Is this going to be a ridiculously hot, humid, and miserable trip, weather-wise only, of course? Or is it more of a Vegas dry heat thing? I was down in Walt Disney World in April. Weather was absolutely perfect. Just want to know what to expect. Thanks, and love the show. Hope you like it hot. Hope you like it humid. And hope you like it rainy.
Yeah, it's definitely not a dry heat.
No. It's going to be very humid, very hot, and it's going to rain quite a bit. You'll probably have the afternoon rains. Could have a hurricane, depending if Scope is there or not. Mike, you
Is he going down?
Wait a minute, he's going to plan a trip now.
Mike, you usually go in Scope. You usually go in August. You like that last couple weeks in August there. Tell Marty a little bit about what he can expect in terms of the weather.
It's very hard sometimes to describe August because I really think that May and June, sometimes all the years I've gone, when I've gone in May or June, actually June always seems to me as to be the hottest month. It seems like it's hotter than July. August does not seem as hot because right after the 15th or the 17th of August, when the season changes down there and the crowds begin to lighten up, for some reason I can handle the heat better, and it could be that. I think that he'll see 90-degree days. He'll see heat and humidity, and he'll see, a possibility of a rainstorm and a hurricane. I think July, August, and September are all the same. I think June is a little bit different, but basically it's going to be hot, humid, and steamy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next email is from Sherry from Pasadena, Maryland. Writes, first of all, love the show. You all are great. I have a few questions for Annette. I'm thinking of a career change, and I'm drawn to travel. I love the idea of helping others plan their vacation, especially to Disney. How did you become a travel agent? Did you go to school? Is this a realistic career to go into this economy? Any advice you would give me would be very helpful.
Oh, how funny. I get asked this a lot. I think we probably get 20 to 25 requests a week for people wanting to join the agency. So I get asked this a lot. I actually was an accountant before, and I booked a trip with Becky about 11 years ago and asked her, want to do what you do? Uh-huh. So it's Becky's fault that I'm in this now. And I'm still with her today. So it's a career that you really have to love. You have to love what you do. It's just like being a teacher, I guess is the best way to put it. It's not always about the pay sometimes. Sometimes it's about the job and loving what you do.
Yeah, I will say as someone just looking in on it, being a travel agent is not, if you want to be a successful travel agent, it's not just you sitting there at the Disney World website. I mean, you're on call 24 hours a day.
Yes.
That is so true.
Both from Disney and from their clients.
And you're at your clients and Disney's beck and call because you never know when Disney's going to decide to do a special.
Yeah. It's not a 9-to-5 job.
No, how many times have we been in a park and Annette's phone rings and it's a client, she's got to handle an issue, and it's a lot of work, and
I've seen it firsthand.
You gain an appreciation for it too because you don't know what's involved until you actually see somebody who does all that work, and you're like, wow, this is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to be good at it, I really think that it's going to be it's a challenge because it's not something a lot of people say, well, I've got a few extra hours. Maybe you work from home or you're not working currently at, and you're thinking, oh, it'd be a great job to have. My downtime, I can pick it up and things like that. Mm-hmm. But really, if you're truly looking for a career in it, that's not going to happen. It's really a 24/7 job. What about the economy, Annette? Has that affected things, or is it still not as much of an issue? I mean, is this like is it a shrinking industry or growing industry? What are your thoughts on that?
I know that, we go to conferences and you see a lot of storefronts. I know everybody can tell you of a travel agency that was in their city that now is gone. A lot of storefronts are disappearing. Home base seems to be the way a lot of companies are going. And some companies will tell you that this recession has hit them hard. We just haven't felt it. We have many agents going, can't wait for downtime. No, we actually, it's a good thing. We all love it. But I can say if you're really truly interested, there's a join us button on our website. Go on and hit that and we'll send you some information and then we can talk a little bit more about it.
Cool. Next email's from Jen, aka Sally of Jack and Sally on the Boards from Philly.
Hoo-ah!
Nice.
Hoo-ah!
There's one for Sally too.
Oh, you gotta have two. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Matt, Len, Mike, and Annette. I was listening to episode 561, and a listener had a question about when to stake out a spot for parades during peak season. Our kids are both in school, and so we often visit during the summer or holiday breaks. At peak times of year, we limit our touring time in the parks to early mornings and late nights when the crowds and ride waits are manageable. During the rest of the day, we enjoy non-theme park Disney, including touring the resorts, decorations at Christmas, visiting Fort Wilderness, pony horseback rides, shopping, eating, renting boats, fishing, swimming, playing golf, and generally relaxing outside of the parks. This has worked very well for us. In fact, last Christmas week, we were able to stake out a prime location for a Spectrum match just 10 minutes before the parade started. We were there December 28th to 30th before a New Year's Eve Disney cruise. On December 29th, we arrived at the Magic Kingdom around 9:45 p.m. after Wishes. When we got there, huge masses of people were leaving. Once inside, we found the crowds were quite manageable. We sat down 10 minutes before the second running of Spectrum Magic and got front row seats right on the curb in front of the train station on Main Street. We had an amazing view of the parade, better than we normally get during non-holiday times. So thank you very much to Sally there. P.S. We visit the world once or twice a year, traveling with the kids ages 5 and 12, and we often stay at deluxe resorts thanks to Gene, a.k.a. Jack's cast member discount. We'd love to contribute or participate if you ever wanted another perspective. Thank you, Jen. Next email is from Kathy No of Winter Park, Florida, who writes, I was at Epcot today and hit me that Test Track is brought to you by GM. It struck me that they've been in the news recently because of the bailout money and now bankruptcy procedures. Have you heard anything about whether they're planning or able to drop sponsorship for this ride? I haven't heard anything about it. Has anyone? I mean, I've heard rumors, people coming to the same conclusion that Kathy did, but nothing definitive.
I'm not even sure if they can. Isn't it?
I thought they had a contract, like it's signed.
And I think it was paid for, right? Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, is it bad timing? Yes, absolutely. But there was all kinds of rumors that Toyota was taking it over, and but nothing.
Still there. The cars are still there.
Yeah.
Kathy also writes, also, we live in Northeast Orlando and have Florida residence seasonal pass, the one with the blackout dates. Have you ever considered covering drop-in touring? We usually end up at parks from around noon to 7, traveling at the speed of the 6-year-old and 18-month-old. Ice cream and slushy drinks are usually a highlight of the afternoons.
Yum. My kind of mom. I love it.
I know what Kathy means by drop-in touring, where being a local, you're just able to come in there maybe for a couple hours and hop on out. Might be a good show topic to think about at some point. Thirdly, I have to concur with your previous assessments about the Coral Reef. The food was not super, not horrible, but nothing to write home about. Having an 18-month-old makes it extra interesting to go to a sit-down restaurant. My thinking in picking the Coral Reef, despite the not outstanding reviews that it would be like dinner and a show, or at least someone would be able to walk with her and go see the fish when she got antsy. It wasn't set up to be really conducive to that strategy, although we did have a few laps around the first row seating. On the plus side, the wait staff seemed used to it. Coral Reef it's languishing in that mediocre category, unfortunately.
See, I liked it. I went for the very first time with Janine about, 6 months ago. I think it was maybe Star Wars weekends. I thought I had a better steak there than I did 2 nights prior at Le Cellier.
Huh. That is interesting.
Well, let me go back.
What kind of a steak was it, Mike?
Then it was a New York strip, but the strip at Le Cellier was very disappointing. So almost anything could have been better.
Waffle House steak.
It was. Well, I don't know about the Waffle House steak because Len's paying. It always tastes better. But,
that's right.
But I was and it was just a one-time thing. I've always, and I'm not knocking Le Cellier. Just that particular night, I had a bad cut, whereas I had a better cut at the Living Seas than I did at Le Cellier. And it was just a one-time thing. At least I'm hoping, because I'm planning on going back.
Was the price the same, Mike?
Did Janine pay? I forget.
He has no idea.
I have no idea. I really honestly
You're forgetting
don't know.
to say that Mr. Testa was there and he was paying. So
no, he wasn't. He wasn't there for that.
He wasn't there.
Let's put it this way: it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was much better than I thought it was going to be.
That's good.
Next email is from Josh from Boston, Massachusetts. Writes, hello, I'm a recent new listener to your show, and I must say that I love it. It has really opened a whole new world for me. No pun intended.
Somebody had to sing.
Well, Len's not here, so
My partner and I are planning a trip to Disney in January 2010 for us and about 15 of my family members, many of whom have not been to Disney in over 20 years. We're new members of the Disney Vacation Club, and we're staying at Bay Lake Tower. My question is, do you know when the information... Oh, man, they're asking for when the information on Disney park hours will be released. I'm pretty sure they're out by now. Yeah. Let's just say that Newell and I were getting ready for Star Wars weekends when this question came in, so...
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh. Well, the good news is the hours are up. They might not change this close in.
Not only that, he's been listening to the show for half a year by now.
I guess he doesn't.
Maybe he's caught on that we answer slow.
He doesn't love it as much as he thought at first.
But the great thing is he's staying at Bay Lake Towers, and if you're staying there as a DVC member, then you get to go up to the top of the world and make sure to watch fireworks up there.
Absolutely, check it out.
Awesome view.
Next email is from Michael Tong of Irvine, California. Writes, hi guys, enjoy podcasting your show. Very informative. This August, I'll be making my annual 10-day trip to Walt Disney World. when we're hanging out in our room, we really enjoy watching the top 7 must-sees with Stacy. She's very entertaining, and my daughter mimics her lines throughout their stay. It's hilarious.
That's gone too.
Does anyone know the name of the theme song, what band it is?
We had this question once before. I can't be sure. I think it might just be a generic in-house recording. I don't know if it's been commercially released or by who.
Yeah. I don't know if I've said this on the show, but I'm really not a fan of the new video. They dressed her up like a 50-year-old
What?
in the studio parts where she's introducing the bits. She's not the same thing. It's like she was we love Stacey. We've had her on before. I just wish they would let her do the over the top, overly giggly. That's what made it interesting. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
So as I get older, we're going to get rid of me? Because is that what we're saying?
No, who told her?
You just did.
Oh, oops. Okay. No, I just don't. I don't like what they did with the new.
The problem I have with the new one is that, like you said, it's very like the intros are very subdued, Stacy, sort of conservative Stacy, and then they go to the older clips of her
exactly.
bouncing around.
Once she's wearing the cat lady outfit, the old woman who's like, got the sweater and the sensible pants, and then afterwards,
What do you want, Catwoman?
yeah. But the next scene is her in a tube top.
Wait a minute. I thought
what-
Catwoman was in like a really tight suit.
Oh, he said cat lady. One of the problems I have with it is that there's a time difference because at one shot she has longer hair and then another shot she's got shorter hair, and it's like, okay, did they do this like years ago or months ago or whatever? And I just think the studio portions with his background, and she's in front of a green screen. I don't think that works either.
Right.
And it's really short now.
They should have either left it alone or reshot her.
Redid the whole thing.
Yeah.
But being her, I mean, as bouncy and as she was in the older videos.
Yeah, and it used to be like half an hour long. Now it's like 7 minutes.
I never timed
it
it.
loops so much now.
Really?
It used to be. Yeah, it's very, very short.
It used to be 29 minutes 30 seconds. It was really.
Oh, now
really
it's ridiculously short now.
Yeah.
Michael adds, by the way, last summer I noticed Science offering to exchange your table service credits for counter service. You get 2 for 1 table service. And they even throw in a bag. Not sure if it's still the case, but thought it was worth mentioning. I'd like to give a big shout out to my love bug, Asia. Look forward to another year of mouse-tivities.
Cool.
Very good. Thank you. Next email is from Trevor. No trip to England is complete without saying hello to someone. Trevor. Hello, Trevor.
Take care.
Actually, Trevor's from Richmond, Virginia. Writes, hello, gents, and hello to the AbFab Annette.
Wow.
What?
Ab.
Wait a minute.
AB.
No, I don't think so.
No,
Ab-fab.
that means absolutely fabulous.
Oh,
Let's
I thought we were checking abs. Okay.
No, absolutely fabulous.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Wow.
Don't you
Wow.
watch English comedies? No, I guess not.
No.
My
You don't get
father-in-law is a retired member of the military. I'm aware of the free ticket offer to current and retired military and their $99 companion offer. But are you aware of any other military discount or specials besides this and the hotel Shades of Green? We're hoping there might be some dining and parking specials for military members. Parking? No. I mean, you just park. Either you pay to park or you're there for free because you're a resort guest or an annual pass holder. I'm not aware. The best place to check, Trevor, quite honestly, is to go to mousesavers.com. You'll find a list of all the discounts there. If they list everything possible, like discounts at IHOP if they have them. My father-in-law will be also renting an electric. I'm just saying, will be renting an electric wheelchair and ECV while in the park. Can you advise me of the best way for us to utilize the FastPass system while also using the child swap with his wheelchair? I'm not aware you can use a child swap because your father's in a wheelchair. Child swap is for children, like you've got a toddler and they can't ride. Maybe they could.
Talking about a wheelchair swap.
I guess so. But I guess maybe he has a point. Maybe if you've got someone there who can't ride the ride for physical reasons, I mean, I guess it would be the same thing as a toddler, right? It's a good question for.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, anyway, for the FastPass system, I mean, basically what you should probably do if you're worried about speed or efficiency, maybe what, Trevor, you should consider is using, having your dad be somewhere, all right, wait over here, Dad. You run over and grab him. Basically, if he's doing something else, you can go grab him, and then you can be back faster than if you have to wait for the wheelchair necessarily. That'd be my best advice for you. Otherwise, if the child swap does work for you in the wheelchair, and certainly if that does, we'd love to hear about it. So any listeners who know for sure, let us know. Questions at www.today.com. But if it does work, then same tips for a child swap for children it would hold true. I mean, there's not much difference there. Next email is from Bob, who writes,
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Bobby. How are you? I'm fine.
How big are the lockers at the parks? I know there are 2 different sizes, but what are they?
There's 2 different sizes.
Yes, there are.
I just learned something.
Size
Yeah,
of
me
a
too.
microwave, maybe. I don't know.
No, there's 2 there's 2 sizes. There's large and extra large, or well, small and large, whatever. They're basically one smaller than the other, obviously. There's actually different prices for them as well. One of the lockers, size of the lockers are 11 inches high, 9 inches wide, and 16 inches deep. And they have extra large lockers, which are also available, and they're 17 inches by 12 inches by 22 inches.
You just knew that off the top of your head?
It's like I have Google in my head.
You're good.
Actually, I have it in front of me on my computer, but also in my head. Yes, and they have those. I'm looking at them right now. I think all the parks have the same sizes. They do cost extra at the water parks because you're more apt to use them over there, and Disney's not one to not make a few extra bucks off you. So yeah, there you go. And obviously, they have more of the regular size than the extra large. Time for the last email today. Woo! And that means I'm going to give Mike Newell 3 emails to choose from. One will be read today. The other will be answered way after their trip is done. Are you ready, Mike?
Good. Put all the pressure on me. Thank you.
First, option number 1. Mi Muppet favorito es su Muppet favorito. Synergy, baby. Or Newell, I may be your lost long son.
Another one of those?
Golly.
Mike,
Yeah,
what are you
it's
doing
like
your
one a
spare
week,
time?
huh?
I used to be a party animal. All right, let's go with the Muppet question. I'm interested.
I need that quote isolated so I can put it in my ringtone when you call me.
Yeah.
Is the party animal.
Yeah, great.
Which one?
The Muppets.
All right. Last email today is from Brian Schaefer of Beaver Creek, Ohio, a.k.a. Not Too Goofy at www.today.com.
Hooah!
Top of the morning to you, lady, if present, and gents. With the recent viral release, recent, of course, being relative to when you read this, the Muppet rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody, I was encouraged to find many, which is actually very, very funny. Have you guys seen it?
Very recent. Sorry.
It's wonderfully done. The best part, I think, is Animal, because he sings. It starts out with Mama, but then that's all he says the entire time, which is great.
No, my favorite part is we will not let you joke. Let me joke.
Yes, that was a good part. Also, also it was genius picking the prawn guy to do the next part after Animal. I see a silhouette of a man. It's got that part. Anyway, we'll put a link. Philip will put a link.
Please, let's do a link, because if not,
yeah, please, if you haven't seen it, hit pause, go watch it, and then come back to this because it is hilarious. Very, very good.
Unless you're driving, then don't watch it.
If you're driving, but yeah.
Try this at home.
put the phone away.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bohemian Rhapsody. I was encouraged to find many past Muppet Show episodes on YouTube. Seeing Rolf sing the cat came back, as well as my favorite Muppets, Crazy Harry and New Zealand. Gotta love anyone in Shakespearean outfit who throws fish. Brought back great memories. So I have to ask, what are your favorite Muppet characters and why? Ooh. See, if
I'll
Glenn's-
go first.
Go ahead, Annette.
Miss Piggy, because she's independent.
I hate Miss. She's annoying.
No. Miss Piggy, because she's independent and knows what she wants.
Okay, fair enough.
Going after it.
I have to. The Glenn Sonoda in me is telling me to pick Sam Eagle because his dry, Janine-like demeanor just makes it so funny. Everything he says, because he's so serious, and obviously you always need a straight man for any really good joke, and certainly if you want any proof that Sam is the best, look no further than the Muppet Vision 3D pre-show. He's got classic lines in there. Newell, what's your favorite?
Wow. I'm going to say Fozzie is my favorite.
Any reason why?
Because to me he's funny. I know he's not funny to everybody, but to me he's a riot. He's trying anyway.
Yeah. Oh, also honorable mention to the Swedish Chef for representing his country.
And Norway.
That's right. Almost Scandinavia, really. Scopa, what about you?
This is tough. I like Fozzie because I can do his voice, but
That's a great reason.
But I can remember watching a Muppet program in which you guys may recall David Carradine was on, and he was trying to calm down what's his name? The Animal, and there was one skit where he and Animal are sitting in a yoga position, and Animal he just couldn't settle down. So David Carradine looked at him and said, "You have to be serene." So I can remember Animal looking in the camera, and his eyes opened up, and he said, "Serene." And ever since then, I just get a kick out of him because he doesn't say much, but the expressions with the eyes and the mouth just says it all.
Mama.
Absolutely.
Mama.
My favorite Muppet may be either the Swedish Chef or Sam Eagle, but our favorite podcast, our favorite travel agent is none other than MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. And if you're looking to plan your next trip to Walt Disney World, why not have them plan the trip so that way you can go back and watch the Muppets Bohemian Rhapsody over and over and over again while they're doing all the little work. That way you can laugh along to all the great gags. Check them out at www.mousefantravel.com. Want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the WDW Today website at wdwtoday.com. For all that kind of stuff, Mike Silva, Mike Newell, and the fabulous Annette Owens, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show. Man, that button is always in my way.
Stop sitting on it.
Stupid Judy, stupid energy.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio.